Ever find yourself staring at a cool design on a t-shirt or a mug and wondering, how'd they actually make this thing?
It's like magic, right?
Total magic. But today, the magic we're uncovering is screen printing. We're diving deep into what it takes to turn those designs into, well, reality.
And you know we love a good deep dive, especially with the awesome material you found from RoleCatcher.
Right. Their career guide on screen printing is amazing. Plus, their whole platform seems crazy helpful. But let's start with the basics. What does a screen printer, actually do all day?
It's way more than just slapping ink on things.
Okay, good to know.
The RoleCatcher guide really dives into the skills involved. You've got your setup, the operating the machines, the maintenance. It's detail-oriented for sure.
So not for the clumsy folks out there.
You've got to have a steady hand. But it's also about bringing those designs to life. Think of the different materials, fabrics, obviously, but also paper, even plastic.
Oh, wow. I never thought about that.
Right, it's everywhere. Product packaging, labels, all that good stuff. It's not just about slapping ink on things.
Clearly. So what kind of skills matter most in this field? What did RoleCatcher highlight?
Precision is key. The guide stresses getting things like ink and mesh counts just right.
Mesh counts. Okay, now you're just using big words to sound smart.
I'm not. It's important. Think of the mesh like the screen part of screen printing.
Good.
Different mesh counts mean different size holes, which affects how the ink goes through, right? And how it looks on different materials.
So like the difference between a crystallographic tee and that faded vintage look?
Exactly. You're troubleshooting colors, making sure everything aligns, the whole 9 yards. Detail, detail, detail.
Got it. Attention to detail is key. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows, right?
Catching on.
Yeah.
The guide keeps it real. Potential exposure to chemicals and fumes, that's just the reality.
Yeah, good point.
So, safety first ventilation, protective gear, all that.
Smart. Anything else they emphasized?
Oh, yeah. It's physically demanding work, lots of time on your feet, tight deadlines, especially in a busy shop.
Right, makes sense. So, not a job for the faint of heart. Okay, so we've established that screen printing. It's a mix of art and hustle. But what if someone listening is like, sign me up? What does building a career in screen printing actually look like?
Well, it's not like you just jump right into the deep end, designing your own merch on day one.
Right, right.
The RoleCatcher guide talks a lot about starting with entry-level roles.
Makes sense. Get your feet wet.
Totally. You're assisting those experienced printers, learning the ins and outs of a print shop.
Like mastering the basics before you become a master printer.
Yeah, exactly. You're prepping materials, familiarizing yourself with the equipment, that kind of thing.
Building those foundational skills. I like it. So once you've, paid your dues, how do you actually level up in this field?
That's where it gets really interesting. You start taking on more responsibility, running the press independently. The guide talks about becoming a real problem solver.
Oh, because things can go wrong, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Ink everywhere. But seriously, you're troubleshooting, you're managing more complex projects, maybe even mentoring those newer printers, sharing that hard-earned wisdom.
I love that. Passing on the torch, or squeegee, I guess, in this case. Now, for our listeners who are ambitious, what's the pinnacle of a screen printing career look like? Can you become like the supreme ruler of your own print shop empire?
Supreme ruler. That's a good one. But yeah, the guide definitely highlights leadership roles.
Nice.
Lead screen printer, becoming a production supervisor, even branching out and starting your own shop.
Wow.
It's all about constantly pushing yourself, learning new techniques, staying ahead of the game.
Because the industry's always changing, right?
Always. New inks, new technologies.
You got to stay on top of it. Speaking of which, let's bring it back to RoleCatcher. It's not just about exploring careers, it's about landing them. What makes their approach to job hunting so special?
Well, they use AI, but in a way that's actually helpful,
Yeah, okay, tell me more.
They analyze job descriptions, really break them down.
Okay.
And they reveal what they call the skills profile, basically what employers really want, but don't always explicitly say.
So instead of guessing, RoleCatcher just tells you.
Boom. Exactly. They cut through all the jargon, tell you the exact skills, experience, even keywords to make your application stand out.
No more reading between the lines. That's incredible. But wait, there's more, right? What's the deal with this browser extension thing?
Oh, that's RoleCatcher.capture. Think of it like your job hunting sidekick.
Okay, I like it.
You can grab job postings from anywhere, LinkedIn, company websites, those niche job boards, and manage it all in one place.
Super handy. Okay, so they help you find jobs, but do they actually help you, prepare for them? What about interviews?
They've got a massive database of interview questions, and it's not just general stuff, it's tailored to specific careers, including our focus today, screen printing.
Whoa, so you're not caught off guard by some obscure screen printing question.
Nope. You can practice beforehand, build your confidence.
That's amazing. They've really thought of everything. Seriously, it's like RoleCatcher has a cheat code for job hunting or something.
Right. But they also have really specific advice for screen printers, too. Like
Yeah.
their guide has a whole section on resumes and cover letters.
Oh man, the resume struggle is real.
Tell me about it. But they have sample bullet points, tailored to screen printing and different experience levels.
So whether you're just starting or you've been at it for years,
They've got you covered.
that's awesome. What else stood out to you?
They really emphasize networking, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like finding events, online forums, even just connecting with people at local print shops.
Because sometimes it's not just what you know.
It's who you know.
Exactly.
Oh.
Well, I think it's safe to say we've covered a ton of ground today.
Yeah.
From the nitty-gritty of screen printing to the power of tools like RoleCatcher.
We really went deep.
We did. So to all our listeners out there, if you're inspired to explore the world of screen printing, awesome, just remember, it's a journey. Take your time, build those skills, make connections, and don't underestimate the tools that can help you succeed.
You got this.
And on that note, we'll leave you with this final thought. What skills and passions light you up? And are there tools out there that can help you turn those passions into a fulfilling career? Think about it. Until next time, happy printing.